Billy said before the game it's going to be a team effort and to replace what Andre does, and he doesn't want it to feel like you have to be the stopper. But you know that you've got a great defender out. Is there a little something extra there tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I got to, I think it just comes down to a discipline point of not allowing myself to get in foul trouble or kind of just, having Dre out of the lineup. I just got to be much more better with not taking myself off the floor as well with silly fouls and stuff like that. So just discipline.
You've been playing with Russ now for a while. You had a couple of plays tonight. You stole kind of an entry pass. You kind of jumped up and stole it. You broke up a lob. And then you're looking to push or get it to him pretty fast. Is that important to try to turn that into offense quickly?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, Russ is the fastest guy, if not the fastest, one of the fastest in the league. So he generates a lot of offense just on his speed, quickness, getting to the rim. You got guys like myself now who are recipients of him attacking that paint. So we just want to play fast.
But with Dre out, does that affect the way, because when you missed those 8 games before, your deflection numbers were about cut in half. Does that affect the way that you attack passing lanes when you're off the ball, those sorts of situations?
No, not really. Not really. I just seen opportunities to kind of play the pass lanes tonight. But not really. I'm going to still be aggressive defensively.
Why do you think the 2 matchups against the Sixers this season have been as high energy as they were?
We're a high energy team. They're a high energy team. It's just what it comes down to. They play fast. They want to push the break and trying to get into their offense early, and we play the same. So it's just in that aspect, 2 teams mirroring each other.
Is it particularly tough second night of a back-to-back, and it's also an early game on top of that? Does that just kind of add to on top of Andre stuff, does that just kind of add to the difficulties coming into this one?
No, not at all. Not at all. We had more than enough time to rest to get ready for tonight.
On that play, when you're guarding Covington, he tries to make that entry pass, and you jump up and get it. What are you reading there? What do you see? How does that play out?
Well, I just know what's behind me. I know he was trying to make an entry pass, and I just read that scenario knowing what's behind. All night, I've had plays where I felt I could have got to him, but that one I was able to time up.
And then there's a play too in the fourth quarter. They had a backdoor lob. It looked open. What's happening there when it looks like the guy's there? How do you close that?
Well, I kind of baited them into that one. They caught me. I think they tried to run that. Either it was the play before or a couple plays before that back screen. So I knew it was coming. I tried to bait him into it, and I was able to get it.
Billy talked about Steven just being able to, when you just have to fight him that often, it's just fatiguing. What is it about Steven that it's so fatiguing for other guys, and yet he just seems to be going at it the same way every time, even though guys are doing that to him too?
He's, physically he's capable of that wear and tear. He's just strong. You guys ask the same questions on a daily basis. What is it about Steven? He's strong. He's a strong dude. It's hard to get positioning on Steve-O. He's different. That guy's different.
Paul, Russell obviously plays with a lot of emotion, intensity. In a night like tonight, it did seem like he maybe cranked it up a little bit in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that rubbing off on you? You kind of had a few moments there where you let out a yell. We're typically pretty calm, cool, and collected on the floor. Do you feel that rubbing off on you?
Yeah. It's Russ. It's this arena. It's the fans. Kind of everything collectively. It gets me to a level where I explode. But it's just that energy as a group that we create, and sometimes you can't hold it in.
Billy says you have a quiet game, even when you have big impact. That it's quiet. Have you heard that a lot about the way you play?
Yeah. I've heard that throughout my whole career. I surprise myself sometimes. Just looking in the box score and wow, that's what I did tonight. I just, whatever it is, I let the game dictate how I play the game. I just try to get lost in it, get lost within that rectangle out there, and just do whatever's possible to win.
You're trying to get Embiid back for Russ?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to finish that one.
Sixers have a pretty big lineup, but Billy went with that big lineup. He hasn't gone through too much with Jeremy at the forward and slides you and Carmelo over. How is that, whether it's Jeremy, whether it's Pat, how is that lineup different for you?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's about the same as having Dre in there, like size guys, in size wise. You know, it just brings the versatility that we can switch. We can switch, rebound, defend, and still play fast. Having scoring threats out there, so it's not much of a difference. I just think it was good for us rebounding. Those guys like to crash and go to the basket aggressively, so we was able to negate that.
Thanks, PJ.